I dread giving feedback. If you're like me and hesitate to give feedback, ask yourself if you're holding back because you're afraid of hurting feelings, either yours or theirs. We usually hold back from giving feedback because we don't want to feel uncomfortable. For example, I once worked with the designer Nick, who wasn't delivering high-quality work. Instead of telling him this, I thanked him for the work, and then the team would improve his design. Nick was a nice person, and I didn't want to hurt his feelings. In reality, it was selfish to not tell Nick, since it prevented him from improving before the feedback showed up in his performance review. His first question after he got his review was, "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" I felt so bad. I had let him down. Effective feedback is a cornerstone of growth. To deliver feedback, follow this formula, which enhances the commonly used SBI, situation, behavior, impact model. First, describe the specific situation where the behavior occurred. I encourage you to use at least 2 examples. This helps you determine if it's a consistent behavior and aids the recipient in understanding the feedback. Next, focus on the behavior, not the person. Be specific about the actions you observed. This is where you address what needs to be improved and also anything positive to help reinforce good behavior. Then, explain the impact of the behavior on the team or project. Clarify the consequences of not improving. And I like to add one last step, improvement. Detail what this looks like. For example, what would a 10% improvement entail? How would their behavior change, or how could a task be completed better? By focusing on the 10% instead of the 100% improvement, it often makes a change feel more feasible and helps your recipient better understand the improvement path. Let's consider an example. Imagine a report has missed deadlines multiple times. The situation is a specific instances where deadlines were missed. The behavior is a pattern of missing deadlines. The impact is a project delays and extra workload for others. The 10% improvement could be starting tasks earlier or better time management, resulting in consistently meeting deadlines. As you share feedback, the key is to share observations rather than judgments. Observations are factual and specific, while judgments include assumptions. Here are some examples to illustrate the difference. Judgment: you're always unreliable. Observation: you arrived at 11:10 for an 11 a.m. meeting. Judgment: you're not interested in improving. Observation: in our last meeting, you didn't ask any questions after receiving feedback. Judgment: your work style isn't efficient. Observation: we missed a deadline because we had to reformat the deliverable you provided. See the difference between observation and judgment? Most of us default to sharing judgments, so pause next time to reflect which one are you sharing. Giving constructive feedback is a balance of preparation, clarity, and empathy. By following these guidelines, you can provide feedback that is not only heard, but also acted upon.